that. But thank you very much for everybody for coming, and welcome to the 50th anniversary of the Twin Canberra. This has been reasonable time in planning for us. It's taken a bit of effort to get everybody here today. We're quite overwhelmed by the numbers that we're seeing here today. We weren't expecting quite so many of you. Right faces. Obviously, have to thank all the ladies in the room for coming as well. It does add to our day. Otherwise, it would be rather dull. I think it was just a bunch of gentlemen talking about their yeah, so you notice all the women. So, firstly, I have to thank my team for the superb work they've done to get us here. So specifically, we've got Colin there, who's recording for us. I was going to thank Edward, but he still isn't here. But he's also done an enormous amount in the background for us, including quite a number of things you see on the tables and the beer mats, etc.
I haven't seen the beer mats. Was he bringing the beer mats? Was he?
My staff let me down, what can I say? Mike Mays, who sends his apologies. Unfortunately, Mike had a small accident with a ladder and
came off second best.
Yeah, he came off second best, so he's not with
Fell
us
off the
here
ladder,
today, but
damaged his back.
I'm sure he will have dealings with Mike as he pays.
Monday.
Frank, who's here for us, done an enormous amount for us. We also have Stuart Bumby and Barry Davies, who aren't here today. Stuart lives a long way away and can't come. But what I would say to the people that helped me collate a lot of the information that we've got on the board here, which is the previous people that were on the register, I'll lose that in a minute. But a lot of the people that helped with that were Don Smith. Don, are you here?
Yes.
Don, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
We've got Dick Gould over there. We don't have to clap for everybody, but the other person that's helped me enormously is Robin Barker in Canada. He's done an enormous amount of helping
Little way to come.
Various artefacts that hold safety fast. John Toss, where are you, John? See you around here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Enormous help to us. Nick as well. Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Thank you very much. Hammer and Gun as well, and also all my team. There's been a number of people also that have contributed along the way. They're the main ones, aside from Ellman-Brown, who's just sitting to my right here, who's been an enormous help in us gathering a lot of the historical information, which most of it is here, but there's been a lot of stuff that we've had to leave out just to get to sort of the abridged versions. What we've tried to cover on the board here is the Silverstone in 1966 inception of the group. There's a photo here, I believe, of, it's a bit small, so I don't know whether you can see it all. Rather than pointing to the individual bits, please come and have a look later on. The 10th anniversary, which was held at the Oxford Lodge Motel in October 1976. The 25th anniversary luncheon, which was held in the Abington Lodge Motel in 1986. And there was various other events, I think, anniversaries after that. We haven't really collated much of the information about that. So if you do have stuff, please send it to me. We're happy to receive anything you've got. A lot of people do have their own archives, but it hasn't always filtered down through various chairmen and office holders over the years. So I'd like to take this opportunity to recognise both previous chairman and the secretaries, which Edward's helped us to collate here. It's been somewhat of a difficult experience trying to extract all this stuff, but I can only give you what we've got at the moment. So starting with Mike, who is going to give us a speech shortly. I'm entirely sure what he's going to talk about because he's keeping it very close to his chest, but I'm sure he's going to entertain us no end. So Mike was the chairman for 20 years, would you believe, which far surpasses any of us. Then to Phil Richard, who's sadly passed away, and I think he was in the role for around about 12 years, not entirely sure. John Toffs, there again, did it for 7 years. you'll notice the numbers are going down. Nick, 6 years we believe, is that right, Nick? Holding, we'll go with 6, shall we? And myself, I'm only at 5 years and counting so far. Yeah, I'm just a beginner, what can I say? So that's the previous chairman, although Mike did allude to not being the chairman to begin with, but I won't steal his thunder from his speech. If we turn to the secretaries, I'm not sure we have captured all of them, but the ones that are notable are Robin Gunn, Richard Underwood, Phil Richer, Nick again, and Frank as well. I won't go into how many years because I'm not entirely sure of the exact numbers ourselves. But there we go. So as I alluded to, Mike's going to give us a speech in a few moments. I've tried to hold off the next course, so I hope you don't mind that for a moment. We are trying to record this as well, so we'll hopefully put something online for those that weren't here or weren't able to make it. So I don't want to bore you too much, but I thought it would be interesting just to give you a few words about my MG history and the few cars that I've owned. So I bought an MG at a young age of about 18, much to my father's dismay, because my father was a firm Austin man. And I had that car for about 21 years and sold it to a friend who I work with, who's now trying to sell it back to me. I don't think I'm going to take him up on that. Then my brother bought an MGA in 1994, and he and I raced that for many years and had a lot of enjoyment out of that car. And it was, and we still have that car. Not the races anymore. Then we come to twin cams. I bought my first twin cam off the dreaded eBay in 2002, I think it was, and had that car for many years up until last year, where I sold it in Australia, and I'm currently being restored by somebody else. But I think I sort of tinkered with MGs at that point, and I wasn't really quite up to speed until I really jumped in at the deep end, and as most of you know, I managed to do a bit of research when I was living in Geneva, and I bought one of the two prototype ones, which nobody thought had still existed, and with the aid of P.S. Hubbard I managed to procure it from a chap. That was in 2006, that's when my love of twin cams really sort of took off, and it wasn't until 2011 when I was unbeknownstly cornered at Silverstone that I was passed the chairmanship from Nick over here. And I think Nick was quite happy to pass over the reins, and I knew I was none the wiser at the time. But anyway, we've managed to keep the wheels turning, as it were, and here we are today. Some of the things that the Twin Cam Group tries to do for all of you is obviously we all have a common interest, so we try and run common events and give you the information that you need for those. So we have the website, which many of you may have seen. There's also the members area in the website, which you have to put your membership number and your surname in, and you can get a lot of the historical documentation that was created over the years, along with, so much for waiting, along with, I guess I'll have to wind up my speech rather. Along with some technical articles that we've produced over the years. Many of the newer people that own Twitch channels come to us and ask us for advice. We try and point them at some of these documents that we've written. And Colin has written quite a number of technical articles to take from us, and these sometimes end up on the website. We've probably got a bit of a backlog that we need to address. There we go. The other thing that you may have seen from me, which I try and get out around sort of 3 or 4 times a year, is the e-newsletters. I have to say that I pitched the idea from Stuart Mumby, and it's been rather successful. Not many people give me feedback, but I'm quite open to feedback, good or bad, just let me know. We are about to go through a bit of a revamp of that shortly, and hopefully we'll make it look a little more up to date. We're going to try and use some of the graphics that we recently come across here, and incorporate that and a few other changes as well. many of you may or may not know about our, I think it's 3 times a year we have a 4-page spread in Safety Fast.
Twice.
Sorry, twice. Yeah. So that's something that as a register/group we're entitled to do, and we hadn't done for many, many years. So we have a reasonable backlog of articles for that, but we're always looking for more stuff. So if anybody has any notable cars or notable journeys or technical articles they wish to see, please contact us. We're happy to try and do so. I know Colin and I, we can't write about our own cars every edition. Edward isn't here, but unfortunately, the Stockfest event, we've adopted that as our sort of primary twin cam event every year, and we would encourage you to get your entries in already for that. It's a fairly leisurely affair. This year will be the 7th year that that's run, so it can only improve as the years go by. We'd like to try and see as many twin cams as we can, but practically speaking, we can't just be purely twin cams. There are other cars that go on the run as well. You don't have to go on the run, you can just come to the sort of car show part of it, but we would encourage you to go on the run. The other thing that we try and do for you at Silverstone, which used to be our sort of primary event every year, is we get the register stand, which you can all come and peruse our Regalia, which I can touch on in a few moments. But I try and run a mini tent to get together on either the Saturday or the Sunday, and I can see many of you go around here that have been to those in the past. So it's very informal, although now Nick, you've got the banner back. Try and bring that to Silverstone. But please come along. I haven't decided. They're both days, but I don't know which day we'll have the beer tent. But stay tuned for that one. So if we're looking further forward with the Twin Cam group, somewhat further forward, I think the only real goal of ours or aspiration is the 60th anniversary of the release of the car. Now, the factory released the car, I don't know how many of you know, at a place called Chobham in Surrey, which was a TCG testing ground, correct me if I'm wrong, and it still exists, and we do hope. Are you nodding there, Colin? Some of us are more in favour than others. We do hope or have an aspiration to try and run that event in 2018 to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the launch of the car. But the cost for that is quite ridiculous, but you know, slowly as we do it. I have to say, sales of Regalia do help us achieve our goals. There we go. So, on the completion of the meal, what I hope that we can all manage to do, I know we've kind of squeezed all the cars in here, quite a number of you have already taken photos, but what I'd like to try and do is get the driver and potentially the passenger as well for the photo to stand by the driver's side of the cars. Appreciate there is 1 or 2 left-hand drive cars out there, but we might try and get a couple of beer crates or something or other set across the road and try and take some photos to commemorate today. I mean, I appreciate there'll be some photos of us all sitting down, putting our faces as it were, but we'll see if we can get some more sort of, what can I say, publishable photos for the magazine. What you should find on all your tables, which I noticed you don't, is our complimentary beer mats for the day. So it's a bit remiss of it. We will go around and distribute these quite quickly. There should be adequate amounts. We've got another bag full of them there. So please take one of those. If you want any more, unfortunately you'll have to buy them. I'm quite sure what the price is, but any money to be collected is grateful. Except that there is also inside windscreen stickers, and I think these are £1 each or something or other, which also commemorate the day. We have to raise a few pennies, I have to say. There is, as you can see, a selection of Regalia here. I won't dwell on that too much, but Frank will help you out if you would like to purchase any of them. There are rule badges here.
Yeah, I found a couple.
Yes. I did notice a few people have them on today, so thank you very much for those who
Can you just Call It MGA for a moment, Mark? The book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, please just plug
them.
them.
They do have quite a number of copies of the second edition of Call It MGO, which does have quite a lot of updated twin cam information in here, and I know quite a few people in the room, including myself, contributed to that.
Yeah, that's free package and postage to the UK if bought here today for £25. I think it's £10 to Europe, £15 to Australia. All we can do today is take names and addresses. I only have the one book here for you to look at.
So Frank is a noble member of our committee, but unfortunately at the AGM he's decided to step down on us after quite a number of years.
Best part of 25 or whatever.
So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Frank very much for his...
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone.
Unfortunately, that does leave a big hole in my committee, so if anyone who would like to join, take over Frank's role or any other role that we may have, you're more than welcome to. So that pretty much concludes my speech for the moment. I was hoping to hand over to Mike at the moment, but I noticed the main courses are coming out. So
I thought the idea... Yeah.
Sorry? Yeah.
Let's serve the food.
Yeah.
I thought... Hey, Colin, I thought we'd agreed to do Mike's speech after the dinner. Yeah. No.
So please enjoy your day. We'll try and rustle you as best we can for some photo opportunities afterwards. Thank you very much all for coming, especially those who have trouble with drinking colours. We all know how difficult that can be some days. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
short-term memory is not what it was, but 1966 was quite an eventful year for me. Not only did I start the Twin Camp group, as you pointed out, I also had a rather hot date to look after and pay attention to. So things proceeded at quite a pace. What I think one must try and remember, which a lot of you won't know, is that back in the days when we started, the MGA was worth more without a twin cam engine than with one. And that was quite a sobering thought, bearing in mind the present situation. John Thornley started the twin cam bonanza, can I say, hoping that it would be a successor to the the glory days of the MGA3. But one of the directors of BMC saw the engines going down the line and said, "What's this?" and was told that they were making a special engine for enthusiasts. "Oh, that's no good, we've got to bump the figures up." So immediately MG, BMC, whatever, had to start selling them to Tom, Dick and Harry. Well, we all know the result of that. They got rather valueless. People who hadn't got a lot of money were attracted to buying them and putting in second-hand plugs and trying to run them on a budget, and that doesn't work with a piece of precision machinery. Anybody who's had anything to do with Aston Martins and so on know that they need specialist attention, and fortunately that's what is now happening, and as a result the car is coming into its own, and I'm very grateful for all the people who have carried the flag forward since I started this. They've made a great job and continue to do so, and I'm very pleased, which I didn't envisage, that the Twin Cam Group is still rowing its own boat and not absorbed into the MGA register, which I thought might happen. And talking about that, I would like to pay particular praise to Mark Hester and all his colleagues, who I'm afraid I don't know by name, who are carrying the thing forward and delving into the history, which we just did a job and got on with it, didn't think about the aftermath. But anyway, it's great to see so much going on, and I'm so grateful that everybody is carrying what I tried to start. I started it really to try and uphold the name of the Twin Cam. I knew how much the scheme of things which John Thornley had dreamed about meant to him, and I wanted to try and not only to enhance the reputation of the car if we could, but to repay the debt that I owed him in making my car, which most of you probably know was rather special. Now, I've got a story for you, and naturally enough it concerns a Twin Cam. The owner of this particular Twin Cam, by the way, it isn't a story about anybody here or anybody, it's a mythical story. He had the car reasonably early on and decided that when the motorway 70-mile-an-hour limit was mooted, he'd try it out.
How do I zoom?
As a last hurrah, and the inevitable happened. He went too far and pulled a piston. Oh dear. So what do we do now? Anyway, he made lots of inquiries and eventually decided that, oh God, my memory is failing me at the last minute.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
Dick, where's Dick?
Dick, stand up. Oh, you are.
Rescue me. The people that where your car was near, shooting people. Bonham? No. Barham? Barwell, right. Anyway, they were guaranteeing 130 miles an hour with their mods. And so anyway, he eventually decided to bite the bullet and have it all done, and decided he'd have another go at testing it. Decided that most of the police were off the motorways at from about 6 o'clock, so went out one evening and got up to 90 miles an hour, and suddenly there was a blue flashing light in his mirror, and the dreaded jam sandwich was descending on him. They thought, God, what do we do now? And decided, well, if I put Farwell's mods to the test, maybe I can get away from them. So, put his foot down, and blue light disappeared into the distance, and he thought, that was a bit silly. Had a eureka moment. Maybe they got my number. So pulled over to the inside lane, went down to 50 miles an hour and awaited his fate. Sure enough, police caught up with him, pulled him over, and Mr. Plod got out of the jam sandwich and said, "Good afternoon, son. Very nice car you've got here." "Yes, officer." "Do you know the speed limit on the motorway?" "Yes, officer, 70 miles an hour." "And were you doing 70 miles an hour?" "No, officer." Well, I'm due off duty in 10 minutes' time, and I don't really want the job of sorting out all the paperwork involved in booking you. If you can give me an excuse, which I haven't heard before, I might let you off. So, thought for a moment. He said, "Well, officer, 5 years ago, my wife went off with a policeman, and I thought you might be bringing her back."